Welcome to the Becoming Eva podcast, where we discuss real-life issues from a woman's perspective.
Becoming Eva seeks to break the silence within the female community while fostering authenticity, transparency, and healing.
We're your hosts, Latoya Moore
and Maya Dawson.
Let's get started.
Hello, BE community. We are back. And we have a very special guest with us today. And we're going to be diving into that shortly. But yes, we have the amazing Patrina King here with us. Yes, which you will be hearing much more about. We cannot wait for you to hear her story. So yeah, but first off, how's everybody doing?
I'm good. I'm hot.
Yes,
but I'm
yes.
good.
That's all right.
Is doing its thing.
Yes,
but,
yes.
It's good.
All right. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Miss Toya? How are you?
I'm doing good.
I hear you. Yes, yes.
It's been a full week.
Yes.
My plate is very, very full. I am working on balancing and self-care and taking those much needed breaks.
Yes, that's very good. Breaks are so important, even if it's just for a few moments. I know for me, I have had to remind myself to just take it one day at a time. And even instead of one day at a time, sometimes I just have to be like, okay, let's just focus on this meeting that's this morning. And then we'll figure out what we're doing after that. And then we'll figure out what we need to do this afternoon. And then we'll figure out what we're cooking for dinner. Or then we'll figure out, what needs to be done this evening. Like literally just taking it one step at a time. Because if you look at the big picture, sometimes it could just be overwhelming. So, but we're here, y'all. We made it. And we are excited about it. So without further ado, I'm going to read the amazing bio of Ms. Patrina King. Okay. So Patrina King is an award-winning golfer, entrepreneur, youth advocate, and founder of Golf Women Mean Business, LLC. I love that name, first of all.
Thank you.
I'm here for it. She's also founder of Women's Golf Day in Georgia and author of 9 Holes, 9 Goals, a beginner's guide to doing business on the course. Yes. And a children's book, My Dad and Me on the Tee. I love that. That's precious. As a former human resources professional, she understands that being successful is not always a straight process. She decided to go against choosing any of the 36 opportunities to play collegiate golf and attend college without any extracurricular activities in order to focus on getting her career started. Now, Patrina's excellence in business goes hand in hand with her fondness of philanthropy and charitable causes. She is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Women's Solidarity Society, which is a society within the National Center for Civil and Human Rights, and the National Coalition of 100 Black Women Incorporated, MECA chapter, okay? Now, along with her interest in women's rights, Patrina has developed a great passion for educating professional women on how to use golf for business. I'm here for it, y'all. I'm here for it, okay? Now, today, her life and her career reflect that passion with informative and down-to-earth training through Golf Women Mean Business. The epitome of Patrina's efforts to educate professionals come in her workshops, and educating professionals in her workshops and speeches, which aim to humanize golf for those who are hesitant to give the sport a try. Here for that too. We're definitely going to get into that, y'all. Patrina believes the best way to serve the people is by taking an informative and realistic approach to everyday activities and issues. So yes, y'all, that's just a fraction of this amazing woman right here, but we're going to get into it all. So welcome, Patrina King. Yes.
So happy to be here.
I'm
excited to be here. I really am.
We're excited to have you. Very excited. Now, we got to get into a little bit of what had happened was, okay? Now, last week we were talking about the Brunch in Black, okay, which was an amazing event put on by Rich Girls HQ And they just did a phenomenal job. It was top tier all the way. And so we had a ball connecting and getting to know people. And they had an amazing awards presentation for 5 women that basically represented their pillars. Okay. So they talk about being rich in mind, rich in body, rich in spirit, rich in relationships, and rich in wealth. Okay. The amazing Patrina King here was the award recipient for Rich in Relationships. Yes. And so clearly Toya and I were looking at each other like, we have got to get her on the show. Like, we've got to. So we're excited to have you here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And show
yes, please show the amazing award.
Just so you see.
I love it.
It is.
I love it. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yes. Thank you, Rich Girls.
Yes. Amazing. And so one question that they were asking throughout the event is, what is your rich vision? And so would love to hear, what do you feel like your rich vision is?
My rich vision. To see so many people with different minds come together on one accord for positive, something positive.
Yeah.
Not politically related, not, all that other stuff. Just take everybody and put them on one plane that will benefit everybody. And, that's my rich vision. That's
love that.
My vision.
Equity. I mean, like literally equal opportunity and equity within just the world, the globe, which is huge. That would be amazing.
I don't know if it's possible, but we're going to work towards it.
Hey, anything is possible, y'all. So yes, we're going to work towards it for real. I love it. Good stuff. Well, let's dive on into your origin story.
Okay.
Tell us where you're from. Tell us what it was like growing up. How did you even get involved into golfing? Because where I grew up, I don't even think we had a golf course. So I wouldn't even... for me, I didn't really get introduced to it till I came to Georgia from Missouri. So it really wasn't like a thing where I was from. It was just like the volleyball, the basketball, football, like those types of sports. So how did you even get involved in that?
Okay, so I'm from Edenton, Georgia, Putnam County, dairy capital of the world. It was 2 stoplights, and I think we're up to 10 now. Clearly I'm proud of where I came from. So shout out to Putnam County, Edenton, Georgia. But growing up there was interesting. It's a small town, but I was introduced to a lot of other things. Like I was exposed to a lot of other things because my father was a golfer. And so every weekend we were traveling.
Yes.
Like he worked Monday through Friday. Friday night, we're loading up the car, going out of town for him to play golf. Wow. So we were, as a kid, I was there, in the beginning. I didn't play with him at the time, but I'm there seeing people. Then it was 3 girls and my mom. So we went shopping,
Gotcha.
And we came back. But, when you're shopping and seeing these cities, you're being exposed. Then you come back to the small town. So I had this huge imagination, just couldn't wait to leave. Not necessarily because I didn't like the city. I just wanted to do more, and the city didn't offer that.
Gotcha.
So just small town girl with a big imagination. That's what it was like growing up.
So typically when I hear of people like, we're going to the golf course, it's usually men. So what
white men, to be honest.
What kind of challenges did you see growing up with you even being interested in wanting to go to the golf course and learn how to do it?
So my father probably had more challenges than I did. He integrated the golf course. He was the first Black man to play the golf course where we're from.
My goodness.
It's called Uncle Remus Golf Course. And he's still there. He worked there now, he's there. But he probably got way more than me. So he paved the way. And so by the time I came, I was the first Black female to play this course. I didn't have to deal with those things, and then once I grew up and was playing, I had a few things here or there, and this normally from white boys and white men, but very, very few, we just played golf. And why is that? I was probably the unicorn. They were like, let's see where this goes. You know, they don't know what to do with me. Did we treat her this way? But she plays, you know, so you just don't know because golf is a gentleman's sport. And when you're in the arena, you act like a gentleman regardless. Yeah. So I think I may have confused people. I don't know. Or it could have been, my father was extremely active in my life. So I probably came and still do have more confidence than the average person. Yeah. So things that may have been said or done probably went over my head and then didn't land like it was intended. Gotcha. You know, because I'm just like, you know, I don't know. So I can't say I dealt with too many challenges in that area. The biggest challenge is probably just having friends because nobody played golf. No girls played golf. So I didn't grow up with girlfriends. I had, you know, classmates. Yeah. You know, I had neighbors, but I didn't have girlfriends. So that was probably my biggest challenge, believe it or not.
And what age did you start?
5.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
5. Yeah. So my father, he's actually a self-taught golfer. He started playing golf with iron pipes and rocks. And then if you know anything about golf, he was getting birdies, which is a golf term. Wow. It's a good score. That's it's the negative that you'll always see on. Yeah. So he was doing that with rocks and iron pipes. And then I hear stories from my aunts that their mother he used to get in trouble all the time because she was like, stay from over there. You know why? I mean, he integrated it. So, but he was like, nope. So he just kept going and getting in trouble. And, you know, here we are today.
How in the world, I just have to ask regarding your father, because that was such a different time. And I mean, literally his life could have been on the line for pursuing it. Like, how did he become interested in it? And then also just how did he even learn about it? You know,
I should have brought him with me.
I love it.
But I will say that's the story. Like we talk about that. He said, the words is just show up. That's in business. That's in everything. Yeah. And he said he just showed up. You know, how he got into it. He went to college in Atlanta back in the 70s. So I think he might have saw some people here or something. I'm not clear on that part. But he just showed up one day, paid his money, and he's like, they could have hung me or, me or this, but, he just showed him play. And so some of the things that were said to him, you're playing in golf, that kind of like in luck, but he was like, that's fine. Just give me my money, so.
Well, all right.
Money's still green.
There you go.
And I tell you, I had more confidence in the average person. It came from him.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. He just showed up, and he still holds the course record for.
Oh my Daddy! Yes. Yep. Amazing, living legend. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I
love it. That's awesome.
Yep.
Wow.
Tell us a little bit more about that book you wrote. I'm so
Which
interested.
One?
You said it's 9
holes, 9 goals.
Yeah, not 9 holes, 9 goals. 9 holes, 9 goals.
Tell us a little bit more about that book.
Yes. So Golf Women Mean Business. The company is about business golf. That's like a term, that it's not competition. It's more collaboration. And so one of the biggest things that I teach in Golf Women Mean Business is collaboration over competition. So the 9 holes, 9 goals, when you're playing business golf is considered 9 holes of golf. Okay. A traditional golf course is 18 holes. So, but you can play 9. You can really play 2 and leave, but for business golf purposes, it's kind of the thing. It's 9 holes. Okay. And so I wrote this book to help people get through those 9 holes, because sometimes let me back up and just tell you the truth. I was about to be politically correct. Let me just tell you the truth.
We here, y'all. We here. It's good.
I played golf with someone who was supposed to, she knew about golf. She knew business is done on the golf course, but maybe not clear on how to do it. Gotcha. And one of my, which became a big sponsor, was there. We were playing with that person and another person, and then it was me and this lady. So we get on hole number 1, and she ends up in the cart with the sponsor, the pocketbook. We're gonna call that person the pocketbook. Okay. Everyone knows that they're there. So she gets in this card and we get to hole number 1 and she starts pulling out newspaper clippings and all this stuff about her business on hole number 1.
Oh, snap.
Trying to convince this lady that she's worth being invested.
Got it. Yeah, so she just cut to the chase, pretty much.
Just straight up. Yeah.
Got it.
And so by hole number 5, let's say, the lady kind of came over to me. She didn't say anything negative, but she was like, "Oh my God, I can't focus." You know, and I'm like, "Well, you know, come on over here. We can just kind of, you know." I'm like, "Don't worry about that, because I want your money too, but I'm not gonna do it that way."
Exactly.
So I kind of tried to, you know, make her feel a little bit more comfortable, and then the lady ended up leaving after 9 because she never played more than 9 holes. She's a business golfer. I think the sponsor's life got a little bit better after that, but it was that particular event that told me that, okay, people need to know how to have conversations on the golf course.
Absolutely.
Over 9 holes of golf.
Absolutely.
And so that book walks you through 9 holes of golf, and it's not like a long, heavy read.
Yeah,
it's really a book that I really created for, like, when I speak at corporate.
Got it.
Give this book to your employees or whatever, but you know, it ended up on Amazon. I guess the people who printed it, I don't know.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's just 9 holes of golf. Say this, you know, hole number 1, do this, hole number 2. Now, it's not a book that you need to carry with you and look and say, okay, it's you read it and let it flow. And if you get stuck, here are some things that you can do. Got it. That's what the book is about.
The business, the entrepreneur in me is like, I just need you to break down this whole idea of business collaboration over 9 holes. So like even like, you know, you call it the sponsor or the pocketbook. Like, I'm thinking, like, so do they know when they're being asked to play golf that, you know, somebody's trying to basically pursue them for potential investors? Like, how does that whole thing happen? And you know what I mean? Like, just that whole dynamic, you know, how do you even get invited to a golf game with a potential investor? Like, you know, like, my brain is just like, how does this work? Like, this is amazing.
Yeah, so that's why people join Golf Community Business. But ultimately, I will say, so your first question was, do they know that they're being pursued? Normally there's some idea.
Got it.
You know when you control the pocketbook.
Gotcha.
And most people around you, I mean, because most people are in that position, like, your job is to build relationships. Okay.
Makes sense.
Now, why it's confusing is because a lot of people say business is done on the golf course. Business is not done on the golf course. That's where that lady went wrong. The relationship is built on the golf course that leads to business.
Makes sense.
So it's not as, you know, it's people say, oh, you know, you're not signing contracts on the golf course. You're building the relationship, you're keeping it going, and then you're ultimately coming to some type of collaboration. And the reason golf is so much better than a cocktail hour or lunch is because you get to see how these people are outside of their business card. So your business card, it's got this great title, you know, very impressive. Now, how do you act if you hit the ball in the water? Or do you hit the ball in the water? Because in the clubhouse, you make me feel like you make no mistakes in life. But now that I have you out here, you're in the trees.
That's,
it kind of levels the playing field. You get rid of everything that you carry around, all these representatives that you have. You get rid of that, and you just get to know the person.
That's so good.
And that's when the relationships get built. Now you can see, does this person cheat? Does this person break clubs when they get mad? Now, I don't want to, cheating does happen. It's not normal because golf, there are no referees or umpires or anything, but it happens. However, it depends on how you look at it. You can look at that person as being a go-getter by any means necessary. It depends. Yeah. Or you can say, oh yeah, this person is dishonest. They're not. It depends on what you're looking for.
That makes sense.
No shade, no judgment. I mean, I do judge people that cheat, but
hey, you cheating, that's a problem.
It tells you get to know that person, whoever they are. So yeah,
makes sense.
That is so interesting.
Very.
I didn't know all those different dynamics.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And it's an environment. Yeah, and the environment is beautiful. It looks hot. It can be, but you got water, you got trees, you got wind.
Yeah.
And you got people with a pocketbook. So, I say that being funny, but everyone's not out there to get paid. But it's a great environment to just relax and get to know whoever you're playing
I love
with.
that. Now, okay, so first of all, y'all, if you ain't know, she just dropped a lot of gems. So I'm going to need y'all to just be taking notes as we go, okay?
No, I'm kidding.
She dropping gems for real, okay? She the pocketbook today, y'all. I'm just saying. So, okay, so let me ask, how did you, or what led you to feel like, okay, I need to write this book or present resources for other women around me or just people in general to learn more about the sport, but then also how it is a tool to build relationships and foster business?
Well, it kind of goes back to why I started Golf Women in Business in the first place. I blew an opportunity on the golf course by playing competitive golf versus business golf.
Gotcha.
Because my father, full of confidence, told me, when you play, you're beating everybody. There's no friends out there. So
you're too good.
And that's kind of the mindset. And so when I first started using golf for business, because my family got used to running water and lights, I'm like, let me go find some business.
There you go. That's real.
So when I first started doing that, I landed my first opportunity. It was a huge contract because I had I used to own a background investigations company.
Okay.
So we did background checks for nonprofits and corporations. And I knew this guy, had one coming up, and I knew where he played golf. And I was a member of this network that had this country club.
Love it.
So, and I also knew I'm the girl who's not going to look like everybody else in the middle of the day on the driving range hitting the ball past everybody else. So I knew how to get his attention. So started and we ended up playing golf. I'm making sure I got all my rules, etiquette, all that stuff down, because I need him to know I'm not going to cut corners.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I told you, it tells you about people. So then end of the round, my score looked way better than his, because I was taught that. And so I'm trying to build a relationship, and hey, it's another step you go to after a round, and he had to get back to the office. So I never talked to him again. Of course, I didn't get the contract. And what I found out later from Mr. Dad, you don't beat the person you want business from. And if you do beat them, you don't beat them as bad as I did.
Gotcha.
Because I'm trying to show out.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to get to know me.
Yeah.
So that's really where it all came from.
That, and I mean, I could see two different approaches from that. I mean, part of me, I get it. You don't want to, basically insult the person that you're seeking, support or sponsorship from. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, like I'm just going to keep it a buck. I've never been one for like kissing up. Yeah. I've never been one for like manipulating situations. I'm like, if you like me, you like me. If you want me, you want me. Like, it is what it is. So how do you find that balance where it's like, okay, I'm not going to beat you bad, because I'm not trying to show out in that regard. I am trying to build relationship with you, but at the same time, I'm not going to be kissing. I'm not going to be the girl that was with the pocketbook in the, you know what I mean? In the golf cart earlier in the example you gave. Yeah. Like, how do you find that balance?
Yeah. So the balance comes from having the conversation up front about what type of round this is going to be. It's communication. I didn't communicate at all. I was going out there. I need to show this man I'm good. Like, I had my own narrative, and he had his. He clearly had been playing business golf way longer than me. Yeah, this was my first time. So what I would do, what I started doing after that is finding out what type of round are we going to play.
Makes sense.
How good are we keeping score? Because you don't even have to keep score. You lose 5 balls and keep going like it didn't happen. Not that day for me. So it's literally communication.
Okay.
It's an easy fix. But I'm not mad that I blew. I was mad at the time.
She's like, I take that back. I was mad.
But now it ended up here, and this is a more of a longevity kind of situation. I can help other women and all that. So.
I love that. That's amazing. It's amazing. How are you
currently using your passion for golf to support those around you?
So I do like golf. I don't know if I would call it is a passion, but my bigger passion is probably like I'm a builder, right? And not construction overseeing stuff. I think nation building,
Amen.
Yeah, I'm a builder like that. So Golf Women Mean Business, I created it to bring women together, professional women at, a certain level, people who will play golf and can afford it. It's bringing them together in an environment that's not male hating. We don't do gender divide, even though it's Golf Women Mean Business. It's literally so you can learn in an environment that you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Because we need men to get to be what all we can be. Not what we want to be, because so I don't need a man. I know that. My daughter, that's her.
I know that.
But that may be as much as you want to be, but what we can be is always something beyond what we think. And I think we need each other to get to where we can be. So creating Golf Women Mean Business in an environment with those like-minded women, they're out there exposing themselves, exposing their kids, their cousins, and all of that. And just being in a supportive environment, that's, I would love for it to be bigger. And some of the conversations and what I want to do, it does seem impossible, but I'm like, hey, it's something that keeps you getting up in the morning and something to work towards.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Well, we're going to move on into rich in relationships, which you have definitely talked about a bit already, about how the game of golf is really used to build those relationships. So let me ask, in starting, Golf Women Mean Business and just supporting those around you, and even just, working as an entrepreneur and you yourself being a Black woman in the game of golf, what types of obstacles have you encountered, and how have you overcome them?
Obstacles in this, all right, just Tuesday, I was given an award by Savoy Magazine.
All right.
They gave me an award called the Game Changer Award. Now, when LP Green, the second or third, LP, I'm sorry if you're listening, but it's LP Green, second, third, one of those. When he called me and told me that he's giving me the award, I was kind of floored, because I've always been, in my mind, a game influencer or a game, something like that. Yeah. He said game changer. So it just kind of threw me off my narrative. And because I would work within the game, try to put people within the game. But then when he said game changer, I'm like, no, I kind of am, because when you look at all the other organizations, golf as a whole, it's competitive, when you look at it. And for me to have an organization that is strictly on collaboration, if we compete, we're competing for like Twinkies or something, it's nothing, serious. So I guess it is a game changer.
It is.
So,
just the whole concept is,
okay.
I feel like you have, I'm just curious, and you definitely mentioned this with your father and even with you growing up, as far as just how you were perceived and how people were surprised even at how gifted you were at the game. But were there any other, challenges that you encountered?
So that's what, so sorry, I got.
No, that's okay.
I don't know what you call that. ADHD, self-diagnosed, by the way. But so that was a challenge in itself to not go with the status quo.
Yeah.
I think, and I wouldn't say it's one group over the other. It was really split down the middle. You had people who were like, I don't know what this is, but I want to be a part of it. It's amazing. And then you had the other side. It's like, oh, this is not real. And this, stuff and the snob stuff. Yeah. Which I don't care at all, because it's my fiber. So it's not a whole lot of things that will offend me by people and their outlook on what golf should be, because I grew up in it, glad you feel like that. But it doesn't have to be one way.
Got it.
Which we see that there's a new league coming to Atlanta. I personally started my own tour. It's a women's putting golf tour. So women who never played before come out and putt, be a part of the tour, win some money, tournament. I created my own golf ball. I have my own putter, and you don't have, it's no one way to do it, but sometimes when we're conditioned, and especially Black people, we were kept out of the golf sport as a whole, in the beginning. And so then you got this little girl, kind of younger than most people. that are in it doing all this stuff. So I would say those are the challenges. How did I overcome them? I don't pay them any attention because I told y'all my dad gave me a lot of confidence.
I know that's right. And it sounded like whenever one door closed, it's like, well, I'm just gonna build me another entryway. Yeah. And like, I mean, you literally just named all these different things you created, and I'm like, I'm one of those people, when you talk about Black people like being kept out of the game, like I feel like at times listening to you, like you're speaking a foreign language. I'm like, okay, like leagues, and tell us about the new league that's coming, and you created a new putter, and like break this down for us, please.
Okay,
please.
So Arthur Blank.
Yes.
That's familiar?
Yes.
Okay, so we get somewhere.
Yeah,
okay.
We do.
So Tiger Woods and I don't know, not on purpose, but they have a golf league that's a little bit different than what's out there.
Okay.
That's coming to Atlanta.
Okay.
Well, I say Atlanta because it's Arthur Blank. I probably should have did more research before I mentioned it, but I just know it's Tiger Woods, Arthur Blank's new league, and it's golf.
But it's men.
Men.
Okay.
Yeah. That I know of.
Okay.
Women, know, it's the LPGA out there, but you do hear more about the PGA than LPGA.
Okay, and break the acronyms down. LPG
Ladies
for
Professional Golf Association.
And the other one stands for
Professional Golf Association.
Okay, and you started, what did you start?
Golf Women Mean Business.
But you said you started
the Women's Putting Tour.
Yes. What is that?
So
I'm like, you just starting stuff right in life. I started that too, girl.
Right. So I'm not, I don't have the LPGA, PGA money and all of that. But on my little scale, I give women kind of the same opportunity that the pros get, but on a very very different level. So women who, if you know how to hold the club and putt, like putt, come and it's.
I can do miniature golf now. I'll play that, girl.
I think miniature golf. That's what it is. So the tour is that. We go to different golf courses and we do that as a little tournament.
I love it. Love it.
To give women who, just exposure and access to the golf course. You start there, then you actually go get into other tournaments.
Yes.
And you go from there.
Okay. So now I can latch on to that. Okay. So for people, I'll just go say people like me that don't know anything outside of putt. Okay. But they're interested. Like, this is intriguing. Like, where do they start? And I know you've talked about just the fees associated, not just with being a part of the leagues at times, but even the equipment, like where do they start? How much is a realistic amount to get started? Like, what would you say are like the first top 3 steps a woman can take if they're just interested in, just getting in, just learning the basics?
Okay. Number 1, I don't suggest you buy any golf clubs.
Oh, well, amen. Okay.
Because you have to figure out if it, how involved are you going to be in this sport? Because golf is time consuming. Okay. I mean, 9 holes of golf, about 2 to 2.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
18 holes of golf, 4.5.
Oh, wow.
4.5. So, you got to see how that works into your space.
If you don't buy your golf clubs,
you rent them
from
the golf course.
Okay, you can rent them at the golf course.
So then the next step will be, you go and set up some lessons. Okay. And then you call the golf course and you ask for the golf pro, or just ask the person who answers the phone, hey, I'm a beginner, I know nothing, I want some golf lessons. And they'll get you to the right person, get you to the right place, set you up. And they will have golf clubs for you.
Makes sense.
Now, if you get in there and you absolutely hate it, doesn't matter. You just spent your little money for a lesson and, experience. Great.
Got it.
Then after you take your lessons, you want to learn the game.
Okay.
So that's about 40% of the women that join Golf Women Mean Business, they may have taken lessons before, but they don't know the terminology. Like, what is a green? What is a par? What is a bogey? These things.
Makes sense.
Fairways and things like that. And so you need to learn that. And then you want to start playing, with friends.
So you learn the golf game, like you take a class? How do you learn?
That's what how ours is set up. We do virtual training because it's more, it's a visual and mind thing. You don't need to swing the club to learn what these terminology things are.
Got it.
Then we go to the course to apply those things. So it makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Love it. Now, for those that may be interested in Golf Women Mean Business, like is there a site or a handle? What steps would they take to learn more about the organization, and then if they want to get involved?
Sure. So we just opened our membership 2 days ago.
Okay.
What's today? Today's my anniversary.
All right. Well, whenever you're watching this, give them a website because if it lands on our sites at different times or what have you.
Well, we just opened
happy anniversary too, by the way.
21 years.
Thank you for coming on your anniversary. I'm like, good Lord.
I was waiting for me. We're gonna do 2 for 25.
I love it. Do it now. Do it.
No, but it's so membership is open until October 7th.
Okay.
So, the discount is October 7th.
Perfect.
It's golfwomenmeanbusiness.com.
Okay.
It's on the first page. Instagram at Golf Women. Anything Golf Women Mean Business, you can find us. And membership is open until October. The discount is until October 7th. And if you sign up by October 7th, you get your first actual clinic free. You don't have to, it's included. So
dope. Okay, y'all. Yeah. I tried to break it down as much as I could because I was like, step 1.
Yeah.
Step 1A, 1B. Like I need.
And let's add another step. So I said go straight to the golf course. We can actually go back to 0.1 before 1. Maybe ride around with someone who plays golf.
Love it.
Do that first just to get into the environment and see if you like it.
That's a great suggestion. Yeah. That is a great suggestion.
And let them let you swing the club or something.
And do you have any other tips or words of wisdom for relationship building and networking?
It's a good one.
Yeah, I have one. And everything goes to that. When you're building relationships, try to collaborate versus what we call flex on the people.
That's good.
Because we have accolades, we have titles, we have degrees. That's all great. But I feel like when you lead with those things, you're setting yourself up to be used for those things.
That's so good.
So you're good at something and you're also bad at something. See how this person can help you where you're bad and how you can help them where they're bad. And we're back to what? Collaborating. So if you go into know how, a lot of people say serve. It is kind of service mindset, but just don't go in trying to be the big fish and be better. Because it's something in there that you need help with, and it's something that person needs help with. So just try to get to know them.
I love that
way, and everything goes to that. I can it could be a list of 10. It's going to go back to collaborate over compete.
The word that came to mind as you were sharing that was humility. Like, honestly, I don't think
that's hard for
we operate. Yeah, especially when you couple it with something like business.
Oh, yeah.
Because automatically you're thinking, I got to show off because, and just from a genuine place, you want to prove that you're worthy of investment, you know?
Yes.
And so you're thinking in that regard. But then, of course, there is a competitive aspect to just being in business because you're trying to make the most money and have the most clients and do the most events and all kinds of stuff. So it really causes a shift, like a mental shift in how you relate to people. And I think just naturally we are wired to focus on our strengths versus our weaknesses. And you literally just said, think about your weaknesses and how they can help you in your weaknesses. And then think about how you can help the other person in their weaknesses. Yeah, like it's a complete flip.
Yeah, it comes back to the goal. If your goal is to get business only, to compete only, then you're going to approach that situation that way. But if you want to build relationships and, connect and network, that's not, let me see what I can get. And, it's more, you're trying to build a relationship versus compete and, get the sale.
I love that.
Collaborate over compete.
Yes. That's good. I need to write that down because it's a great reminder. And even just the reminder of how that is how we should approach networking, because I know for me personally, the thought of networking can be intimidating at times.
It can be.
And so when you really approach it from the stance of I'm just building relationships with people, that helps a lot. So I love it.
Yeah, because you're thinking network, okay, who's going to come up to me and tell me how much better they are than me today? You know?
Who's going to come and roll out their accolades to me right now?
I'm just going to keep all of mine in my pocket and then let them talk and then hit them with mine. And I'm going to keep going because this is not someone I want a relationship with because we clearly don't have the same mindset. I'm the queen of leaving money on the table. I get fussed at all the time. I will leave money on the table if it's not a good fit because that's a whole nother. You can bring me back for that. But
that's important. Like I hear all the time that you want to enjoy who you're working with.
Absolutely.
I could care less how much money you have, how talented you have. If you have no character, if you get on my nerves, you irritating, and don't nobody like you, I don't want to work with you.
You might as well clock in. You might as well go somewhere and work somewhere you really don't want to be. But why own your own business just to go through the same stuff when you don't have to? You know, you can have that.
We might have to have you back for that because, like, that whole entrepreneur, like, you could do a course on that. I tell you.
But you know, some people, and you get in hustle mode, and sometimes you know invoices ain't being paid on time, so you change. But my underlying thing, even if I got to hustle, we gonna keep a little limit there. You know, it's just a little strategy that I have for myself. So.
Wow, that's amazing. So I know you've named a couple, and I'm getting off topic a little bit before we close out, but I know you've named just over your career several businesses that you've had. What would you say is your primary business right now?
It's Golf Women Me business.
I love it.
Yep,
I love it.
Yeah, so my golf ball and my golf products are under Fox King, fox-king.com. So my dad, he was a good athlete in high school, and his nickname is Fox. And so my husband's last name is King, and I wouldn't be here without my husband. You know, he's a huge part of what I do.
That's
a lot of things I do. So the golf brand, the product brand, is named after the two men in my life.
I love that. And they have such strong, prominent names too. Fox and King. That's amazing. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the products you created? I know you mentioned the putter.
Yeah, it's the putter, the golf balls. The golf balls, they really are just as competitive as the bigger brands. You know, I just don't put a bunch of money behind marketing because golf, that's my products are made for the professional. Let's just say the corporate professional, the business professional. A lot of the golf balls are being marketed towards the pros. I'm average every day. Yeah. Same quality, but you're not going to see me on TV saying, because I have a very, specific target market. So then, we have like apparel, t-shirts and stuff like that. And, we just did this brand this year. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
What would you say makes your products unique?
Unique. So my golf balls, they spin less basically. So when you hit them, let's say it's a beginner, a lot of spin can be, it'll just go a little bit further than it needs to go, and we were like a little bit straighter. So it kind of, it's more forgiving.
Got it.
For the new player. You hit it and you're like, oh, I did good. And you really did, it's just, the ball's just created for that.
I love it.
And then the putter, there's like a little sweet spot on the front. Let me see if I can break it down.
I know. I was like, you didn't know you was going to give a master class on the golf game because we looking like, okay.
Right. So, okay, remember, when you play putt-putt, the part that you hit the ball with, that's called the head. Okay. In the center, there's a little sweet spot there. Okay. And if you hit that sweet spot, it goes exactly where you want it to go. So that's what set mine apart.
All right. So your sweet spot is...
I have a little sweet spot there. It's kind of like a little half moon in the middle of the putter face.
Yes.
The putter face. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. This woman, I'm telling you, whatever you need or don't have around, it's like you create. So that... you just say it so matter of factly. Yeah, that's wow, y'all.
Who's gonna stop me?
I love it. I'm tapped. I'm tapped out. I'm just in awe.
So what's next in this season of life for you?
I'm still trying to figure that out. And there's a couple things going on. So we'll be 10 years old next year.
Congratulations.
So we got some things going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, because it doesn't necessarily feel like work to me. I can, it's just what I do. And so I have some other things I, in my mind haven't really put it all together yet. But, until I figure out what that is, I'll focus on making Golf Women Mean Business. I'm going to say bigger and better, but not bigger as in numbers. I'm a quality person. Yeah. Like, I don't want to say I got 10,000 members and then there's not 10,000 quality members. I'd rather tell you I got 150. We really have about 300, but it's quality is a big deal for me. Yeah. So
quality over quantity.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm just focusing on making Golf Women Mean Business better.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I love that. This has been amazing.
Oh, good.
I have learned so much. I don't know about y'all. I done learned a lot. Now, I probably would still do a little bit putt for now, but I feel like I've just been exposed to just this entirely. Yeah.
It's the barrier is here, and yes, in the 50s, we couldn't go. And I don't beg anybody. So I don't really try to present golf as a thing that you need to go ask permission to play. I'm like, here's the door. You're going to just walk in, So it's once you can get past it in your mind and know that it's not, you can't just pick like basketball, pick it up, try to shoot it. Yes, there are some things you have to do. I'm not, I don't want to take away from that, but there's way more rules and the etiquette and everything that goes with golf, and people give up halfway through that journey. But once you set your expectations to, I'm going to do this and the benefits of it, it's very simple. Yeah, wow. Golf is not simple. You never master it, but it's doable. Let's just say that. Very doable.
I love it. Yep. I love it, y'all. Good stuff.
This is good.
Yeah. Well,
y'all playing? Y'all gonna play?
You know what? You might see me pop up. I'm just saying. I know. I'm going to golfwomenmeanbusiness.com to check to learn about this. The open enrollment situation. I'm going to learn about that. But I will say golf has been on my radar for, I would say, at least the last 7 to 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I worked with a lot of men who did sales, and like literally they did a lot of golfing. Yeah. And I was always like, tell me about this. And honestly, because like you were saying, because you never master the sport, I honestly was like, well, gosh, should I even start? Like, as an adult, like, is that something that you should start when you're younger and then have time to kind of grow into?
Golf is ageless.
Well, amen.
Yeah, you got people. My dad is 70. Wow. And he will beat you down if you talk enough. So, but he's not as strong as he used to be. But that competitive mindset is there. That you can. A lot of people. I think the average. I shouldn't say that because no research was done, but let me just say for me, the people I know, average people I know, if they start it as a career, it's like 28, 33, 35. That's when they first get into golf. People, I have people in Golf Women Mean Business, 45 plus, first just now getting into golf. And they love it. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think it should be integrated in the schools.
Absolutely.
Because I don't think for me, I saw it in college, but not like in high school. Not for me. I don't know.
When you say integrated into the schools, you mean more like football and basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way
more competitive.
Yeah. You gotta have the interest. Because with me, I played in high school. I had, I ended up with 36 scholarships. I didn't go to college to play golf, but
that wasn't her bio. I probably messed it up when I was reading it. But
no,
still,
it's fine. But
36 scholarships.
When I told y'all I leave money on the table, I really do. So I didn't do any of those scholarships. But that's because I'm from a small town and I just thought the world looked like that. But I had a team. My coach created a golf team around me. He pulled 2 girls who kind of knew a little bit about golf, and so I wouldn't have to travel alone.
Wow!
So they had more boys. It's like 4 boys, I think, but it's still not 16. They're not lining up to do that. So I think it's a lot of it's interest, and it's not being pushed. And then, there's a lot of benefits to that. You really don't want, and golf is one of those, if you know, you know.
It's exclusive.
Yeah.
It's very exclusive.
And so to put it out there like basketball, it goes against what it stands for. They want to be more inclusive. At least they say they do. They're pushing for more involvement, but not like basketball and football. So
that's amazing. But I'm telling you, it is on my radar. So I'm inching closer and closer. You've inspired me, I should say, to inch closer and closer, because especially as an entrepreneur, I'm like, that's an incredible skill to have just for the networking and relationship building component.
You can play anywhere in the world. You can show up in Ghana with your golf clubs and they like, let's go.
That's what's up.
Wow. The same thing,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. This has been awesome, y'all. I've learned a lot.
Good.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yay.
All right, we're going to move into top picks. Okay. So, I mean, you've already given us several recommendations, from Golf Women Mean Business to your book, 9 Holes, 9 Goals. But is there anything right now that you're reading or listening to or watching that you would recommend to others?
As a professional female dealing with professional women, I know I'm supposed to tell you about these self-help books that I'm reading. However, as you get to know me, let me just tell you, I just discovered Justified.
Right now.
My husband.
What is it?
I ain't reading. Yeah, I don't watch. I would watch maybe 3 shows a year. And I do more reading and working. So. But right now, I'm in the Justified. Raylan.
What is it about? Y'all to break it down for me.
Look, he inspired the hat today, girls.
I love it. I love it.
I was watching the episode last night, and I was like, what is that? And he told me I got to start from the beginning.
You have to.
What season are they in? Like, are they far along?
I'm looking at Justified season. No, I finished Justified. I'm on the second one. It's
okay.
Justified Primeval. That's what it's called.
My.
And they ain't even paying me for this. But anyway.
They might after this, though. I'm saying.
But the reason I got sucked into it is because it takes place in Kentucky. The small town feel and how they act, and it reminds me of back home back in the day.
Got it. Okay.
So, but it's more of a sheriff. Shoot him up. He's a marshal.
Okay.
And, he goes around. He's got this nemesis. I'm more on the nemesis side, but I like him. So it's just a fun bang bang shoot him up.
Okay.
Kind of.
It takes place present day though, or is it period piece?
It's pre-COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's still in the 2000s.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Justified. All right.
Justified. Yeah. So I can't even tell you I'm reading anything.
It's a safe space. Safe space. It's all good. It's all good.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. Cool. That is your top pick. Okay. For the day. Justified. And then, like we talked about earlier, Golf Women Mean Business. Check that out.com. And then the book 9 Holes, 9 Goals. Check that out as well.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So we have a segment called Noble Character, where we acknowledge women in our community that may be inspiring youth or inspiring other women, or maybe inspired you. So we wanted to give you an opportunity to acknowledge a woman of noble character, someone that has inspired you or the community.
Yes. I would have to say my mentor, Miss Nancy J. Lewis.
Oh, yes.
And the reason, yes, she's with Progressive Techniques Incorporated. That's her company. And the reason I have to say her is it's because of her I'm sitting here and we're having this discussion. It's because of her Golf Women Mean Business exists. Because I told her about my experience on the golf course with that guy. And she was like, you need to do something. Women need to know about golf. And I was like, women don't want to play no golf, because I grew up. I didn't see no women out there. And so it took a few years for me to even want to teach women, golf. And so she put me on she has a conference every year. It's called Transforming Women Entrepreneurs, TWE. And she had me on her panel. She wanted me to speak on the parallels between golf and business.
Yes.
And so I agreed because I was like, I can talk about it, So my talk for her conference was the business plan for Golf Women Mean Business. And so she helped me launch it, and she's still around today. She pulls things out of me that I don't know I have, you know, so she is the noble woman.
I love that.
Yeah.
Nancy J. Lewis?
Nancy J. Lewis with Progressive Techniques Incorporated.
Well, Miss Nancy J. Lewis, you are a woman of noble character. Yes. I love it. She sounds amazing. Yes. So, awesome. Okay, great. Oh, this has been amazing. So we've got a couple reminders before we wrap on up, but y'all, this has been so good. So good. So if you are interested in hearing us talk about or have any guests on regarding any specific topics, slide in the DMs, y'all. Slide on in. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know what you want us to talk about, who you want us to bring onto the show. Like, we are here for you. Okay. So that's the first thing. Second thing, don't forget to support the merch. Okay. I'm actually rocking our dress, our BE dress today, which you can get on becomingevatoday.com. So check that out. Toya is rocking the mug. We've got a plethora of mugs for you to choose from. We've got a water bottle, one of my faves. So check us out, support us on becomingevatoday.com. And that's all I got.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Our Facebook.
Please.
Twitter,
Please,
Instagram,
y'all.
At Becoming Eva Today. And thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yes, we will see y'all soon. Woo! Bye.